Hello, my name is Prince, and I would like to share what I learned from this course. So, I learned that paid media is marketing that you pay for, which means you, as the marketer, have to pay in order to get your target audience attention. I understood that paid media from digital marketing perspective include pay per click ads, search engine marketing, and pay social media ads, which you can find on social media platforms like Facebook, Instagram, and on YouTube. The advantage about of the pay media is that you are in control and you determine of which message you want to share or send to your target group, and it can be done very quickly. And the disadvantage about the pay media is that it requires an investment. And sometimes it's not a small investment. So you have to make sure that you link your paid media to the correct landing pages. I also learned that owned media is an online property owned and controlled by a brand, such as a blog, a website, or social media channels. Therefore, I know that the more earned media channels a business has, the larger their digital footprint, which means that you will be able to reach out to their customers and followers on the social media very quickly and easily. I learned that to perform on media audit, you have to check your how much traffic you are pulling to your website, and this can be done by checking the amount of visitors who visit your page daily, and you also have to check the quality of traffic by page viewers per usage and the time spent on the website. And also, you have to know where the traffic comes from by checking geographically or by channels. So I also learned that the search engine optimization, which is the SEO audit, needs to be performed regularly in order for long term success for your website performance. This is because it is very important to make sure your website does not have any error messages or any broken links. Performing the audit will expose the errors and enable you to redirect them and recover lost traffic. Earned media, I learned that is where you as a company needs deserves more attention, because this is you do not really have to pay for this, because I learned that this content is this per media is actually created by other people. It is where a company can find a lot about what other people says about them. I mean, about their product, about their performance and stuff. And it could be done by sharing other people or customers sharing videos from your, let's say, your website on Facebook, and writing stuff or giving some comments about your product or your company on their own accord. It could be done on any social media platform such as Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and so on. You can perform earned media audit by collecting data from multiple social media platforms to analyze in order to find trends and other useful insights. And this can effectively be done in every 2 months. Afterwards, you compare your social media mentions with your social media presence. Moving on, I also learned that brand audit evaluates your brand's position in the marketplace, and its strengths and weakness, and how to strengthen it. It covers three major areas, which are internal branding, brand value, mission, and the company's culture. The purpose of the brand audit is to find out how your business is performing in the eyes of your customers. It helps you to determine the position of your business, and to plan the right strategy. So, talking about the value proposition, I learned that companies need not to find customers for their product, but rather they have to create a product or find a product for their customers. Meaning that they have to create a product that meets the needs of their customers. So the value proposition is more about more about the value or benefit a company or brand promises to give to its audience with whom it wants to build a relationship with. I also learned that the value position canvas is a tool which can help ensure that a product or service is positioned around what the customer values and need, and also the unique selling preposition is based on why customers should buy from you and not from other brands, or what makes your product or service better than your competitors. And this is what I learned from this course. Thank you very much.
Hello, I'm Fernanda, and for me, during a class discussion, it really came clear how the golden circle model can help companies to focus on how their business can stand out from similar competitors by simply communicating its differences. So there are 3 circles in the golden circle, and it all starts with the why, which is obviously the core of your circle, as you can see. And so it is right to assume it is the most important message that an organization can communicate, as it is inspire others to take action. It all starts with the why. And it's just how you explain your purpose and the reason of your business to exist and why it behaves the way it does. At an organization level, communicating your why is the basis of a strong value proposition that will differentiate you from your competitors. Your next one is the how. The how is, those are factors that might include the company's strengths and values that they feel that differentiate themselves from their competitors. And lastly, you have your what. And the what is, I believe it's the easiest one. It's fairly easy to an organization to say what they do. This can be expressed as the business, what they sell, what services they provide. And for us, for example, they would be, I am a student. So what do you do? I study at UTC. Shortly after, we talked about digital audit. And for me, I discovered that I was underestimating the value of digital audit, because you have all these ads and all these companies providing a quick audit of a company's website. But then I discovered, and I learned during classes, that it's actually a comprehensive, customized report designed to help other companies leverage their digital to meet their goals. So they are detailed, extremely personalized to a company's industry, a company's goals, and it includes a thorough review of a digital portfolio and not just those quick click here and we will analyze your website. And it comes with deeper insights that includes what has and has not worked for a company in the previous few years. So it includes a quantitative analysis of a digital portfolio, and this should include your Google analysis, your PPC ad reports, social media metrics, CRM data, and the reports of everything. And then you have a qualitative analysis of your portfolio, and then it's taking a critical look at all your digital landscape. So that is a customer journey throughout your website, all the call to actions that you're gonna have, a brand messaging all across your channels, your social media content. You have lead generation, e-commerce information, and how the experience of shopping, if you have e-commerce, and how it all goes. You have all the channels breakdown, long-term strategy, and of course, you have your KPIs and how you should watch them. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Sheikh Faisal. In this video, I will explain what I have learned from our course, Integrated Digital Marketing. In this course, Integrated Digital Marketing, I have learned lots of interesting issue which is currently affecting our life, especially when it comes to digital marketing and marketing platform. There are lots of things I have learned so far. However, I will focus on most important thing that I thought is important and helping to in my future career. The first thing I have learned is campaigning project, which is very important. And in this class, I have learned how to run a campaign. And the second thing I have learned in this case is present myself, and the strategy of present myself, which where I should focus on who is our audience, which is very important thing, because without a target audience, it is very difficult to market our products. And then the channel, what kind of channel should we use, like for example social media, and what is our resources, and most important thing is KPI. As a good marketeer, we have to track our KPI in order to success in the market. I have also learned how to be a creative, and things to going to develop in creative way. In this case, we have to do our communication dashboard, and this is the most important issue in order to monitoring and measuring our performance. In our class, I also have seen there is lots of couple of example where I have seen the campaigning how they run the campaigning project and build the campaigning work. I have also learned that at this moment it is very important social media influencer. Social media influencer, they're playing a very important role when it comes to marketing. In our class, I have learned how to find out a good influencer, social media influencer, because it is very important to find out the right influencer for our product. There are many influencers in the in the social media, but we have to find out authentic and recognizable social media, because without a good influencer, it is our campaign could be failed. That's why it is very important to find out the right social media influencer. I have also learned how we can find a social influencers through our through different social media channel. For example, Facebook follower, YouTube, YouTube and other social media channel. And the second thing I also have learned the strategy and research, creating a strategic framework for our marketing campaign. In this case, and it's a pestle model, which is very important, and also the how and the important role is playing by hyperthinking, which is most important thing in the modern digital marketing platform. I also have learned Z and 4 pillars approach and steps and how it is influencing in the business. And the most important other thing is a buyer persona, which refers the semi-functional representation of our ideal customer based on the market research. It is very important at this in the marketing environment because it's a very competitive market in our side. Empathy mapping is also other important thing. Most important issue I believe I have learned in this case is campaigning rollout, where I have learned digital intelligence, digital development, social media, and digital industry and so on. So I think I have learned lots of important issues because every business nowadays is based on digital platforms. So I have to, without a good digital campaigning, it is very important. It is impossible to develop any business and success develop a success in any business. So I have learned I think that the issue I have learned from this program will help to build and develop my career in future in the marketing environment. Thank you very much.
Hi guys, my name is Pierre Matthijs and I'm a third-year student at Odyssey University College Brussels. And this is my feedback video on what I learned during the Integrated Digital Marketing class taught by Chloe, Jesus and Philippe. So hi guys. First thing first, I'd like to thank you because I think I learned quite a lot during the class. And you're talking from experience. You explain every time that we have to learn by doing, but I really think that you do this yourself. So that's great to have teachers that actually do stuff that are not only academics. So that's really great. Thank you. What you made me realize first, and what I learned during the class, is that we really live in a technological era. Actually, of course I know it, but I don't especially take the step back because I was born in it. You know, I had a Game Boy growing, and then I had a PS2, PS3, and then I had a very basic phone to the iPhone that I'm filming you with. So we live in an increasingly technological world, and the technology is constantly evolving. And this impacts, of course, a lot the digital world that we live in, and the marketing business function, of course. So I want to become a great marketeer. So it's important to realize that we are now doing marketing in an even more becoming digital world. So from this first realization comes, of course, the question, so what approach, and that's important to think in terms of approach, what approach should we take to this digital era? So here comes in the great concept of Philippe. So thank you, Philippe. So I know that I have to become a hyper learner. So, and a hyper thinker. So there are 4 components to it. So first, I have to be able to hyper shift. So what does that mean? It means that I have to be able to understand fully my audience, so my future customers. I have to be able to get in their shoes, to understand what they really want. So they might need something, but what they want is maybe different, and what from what they need and desire. So when I shift to my customers and I make the shift, then I have to hyper learn. I have to learn about them. I will have to study them, study their habits, see what they're doing, be not judgmental. And it's so important to constantly learn in your business life about your customers, about your partners, about everything. It's important to stay curious. That's really an important part of the mindset that I remember from the class. And after being curious, what I have to be able is to hyperlink. So what does it mean hyperlink? Is that I have to be able to connect dots between the different people around this world that might help me on my project. It might be my network of people around me, but it might be a network of people somewhere else. So it's always about connecting the dots to be able to grow a business. It's very important. We live in a very large world, and in the age of networks, we have to connect with other people to grow businesses. And after that, I would say, of course, the last component, which is not least, it's hyperact. So I would say that the plan is beautiful on paper. If you've made a beautiful plan, it might look beautiful, but if you never act, if you never execute, then it will never work. So action is so important in this world. And some people, they might have great ideas, but if they don't act and execute, then it will only stay ideas, right? So one thing that I would like to say as well is that I learned a lot by the framework of Glow on prepare, run, and optimize. I think it's a very great framework for business students and for future marketeers. And I will use it in my professional career for sure. So basically, I learned that in the preparation phase, I should really learn a lot about my customers, a lot, and do everything I can to prepare the terrain to be able to conduct my campaigns or my marketing business project. So afterwards, I will have to run the campaign, and to do so, I will have to do the customer journey, work on the channels, but afterwards, I will have also to work hard on the content, on the way I will be promoting my content, and then I will have to work on the marketing KPIs and the marketing tactics in order to measure my success. So this was a very short, brief summary of this framework, of course. But I will, of course, use it in the future in my professional career. And I expect that I will be able to better serve my clients this way. So yeah, always be a self-learner, get curious, get to know your things every day, and I think that I will be successful as a marketeer. So that's what you taught me. Bye-bye.
Hello Professor, I will be talking about what I'm learning on the lesson 10 and lesson 11 of the course, Integrated Digital Marketing course. And firstly, we will come with the lesson 10. In lesson 10, we discussed about the tool and access we use in the project, especially our project. We come with the managing project, the tool and asset used in managing project, research conducting, and running a marketing campaign. So firstly, the lesson provides a tool and procedure on scheduling the project and setting the KPI by applying the North Star metric and easy framework. The North Star metric is used for both the short-term and long-term KPI. So it's really useful for our project because we have set like many small tasks, and also we have set like the long-term goal for our project. The easy framework help us identify the priority task. We can put it on the top, so we can do it at the beginning. The course also provide us with a lot of useful research tools such as WORD, used for competitive research and internal researches. The customer journey, consumer chain canvas, digital mapping tool, which is used to help us identify consumer chain and gain an insight consumer habit. And after that, we learn about activation, how to run the campaign, like how many type of marketing media we have. We have bad media, own media, and earned media. And also after activation, we come into the measuring with the lean approach by applying the view, learn, and measure framework on the project, so we can test and fix and can come with the better results. Then in the lesson 10, we learn about a new change in technology, and we have seen that the technology is changing every day, and it's changing like every aspect of life from daily basics to the business operation and practice. Would make people manage the project and business operation more effectively, especially technology help people deal with the uncertain change and help overcome the difficulty in the current situation that we have seen. And the course provide the real data about like how COVID-19 affect our life, and how it had shift the new trend in the world, such as the remote working and the consumer habit also change a lot. Like for example, people focus more on grocery shopping rather than another type of shopping. And throughout the lesson 11 of the integrated digital marketing, the course have provided me like various application of technology in both the study and business context. Yeah, and we are showing how technology integrate to people life and how it could have marketing. For example, in the home context, people now get familiar with the mobile app, like any software in computer and now available in mobile app, both from entertainment, work, anything. So mobile app become the core of marketing nowadays. So the course has introduced me about the app Annie we use for app marketing and app analytics. The app Annie help the brand provide the brand with the solution about mobile analytic app, mobile phone, mobile app analytic, and also app marketing. We could have to improve the consumer experience on mobile app. And also the course helped me get familiar with a lot of content creation app, such as the photo editing, video editing, poster creations in mobile phone. Before we had to do it on laptop, but now it's available in our phone, and with just some simple task, we could easily edit the photo in the more in the fastest and simplest way. One of the useful of the course is about is provide us the insight in how technology could help people work and people study in the current situation of COVID-19. With the introduction to Zoom and Microsoft Teams, the two famous video conferencing software, I could see that it had a lot of features such as the screen sharing, recording option, sharing file, project tracking, scheduling, anything that they integrate a lot of feature in one application. And with this one, people could brought to remote working effectively. And with this software, I could join the class, organize a meeting with my classmate, and in the future, I believe that video conferencing would be inter.
Okay, so it's Jenny, and I'm gonna share personally what I learned through the class 4 and 5. It's just very personal, and I'm gonna keep it short. And the class 4 is about choosing the right digital channel to reach to your target audience. And I think the most important thing is to know your audience and have the persona, like getting like really know who is your target audience and know about the touch points where you can reach to them. And then you by knowing the touch points, you can design the contents, the formats that is suitable for them. Normally it should be gated content. Yeah, there are so many ways to get to them through for example, event marketing or event email marketing or event marketing. And also we learned about the character and the differences of many channels, like for example Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, LinkedIn, TikTok, business blogs, Pinterest, LinkedIn. Also through the private like Twitter, Snapchat, and etc. I think also what is important is that the content we give to them should be short and we should keep it interesting. For example, the videos have more reaction, way more than the picture, and we should give the customer or the viewer tangible benefits, like for example discounts or anything that is appealing enough for them to engage and react to the post or our content. Yep, so basically it's about to know your audience, know about the channels, the characteristic, what you would like to achieve with your campaign or your project or your brand, and choose what channel you would like to doing your campaign with. And then the class 5 about creative concept is like it's a step after what channels to choose. However, creative concept is not a final product or anything, but it's more like a big idea, like that is embodied with a headline and tagline and key visual. It should be, the idea should be also a little bit emotional. Creative concept is important because it grabs attention and it gives your brand an identity so that the customer know more about you, know your characteristic, and basically that's how you can picture the whole campaign, like how you're gonna propose yourself to your target audience. And the process include 5 steps from empathize, define, ideate, prototype, and testing. In the first one, in empathize, basically it's a briefing step is the first step. So you need a brief about your target audience, your 10 channels, your time bound, and your messages. So basically what you would like to achieve. And then you gonna define, mainly is to define the problem statement. What is the key question? Why you are doing this, like what problem you are fixing and what you would like to achieve, what is the brand, what is your personality that you're gonna show yourself to the public and to your target audience. And basically after answering all this question, we should idealize what we have. We should brainstorm, we share ideas within the team. Yep, so it's to come up with I would say as much ideas as possible. And afterwards, to the prototype step, we should choose like 3, we should select 3 best ideas. We check if it's feasible or not and they prepare for it. And then to the final, we test it with maybe within the team and the people related, like the client or the stakeholder or focus group. And in this creative concept, we learned about the story of Set Van der Helft, which is like a sugar seed brand, about their project, how they post themselves, the question and the brand characteristic, and I found it quite useful because creative concept is something that we are exposed to every day through our social media, just like personal. But now we're gonna one step ahead, step back. Yeah, we're gonna take one step back and take a look and analyze what is around, like the brands around today. I read on Facebook, on Instagram, on YouTube, what is their creative concept, how did they chose this channel, like why with this video they're gonna post it on YouTube but not Facebook, and why with Facebook they're gonna choose another kind of content. So basically with class 4 and 5, that's what I learned, that's what I found interesting.